Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, September 26th. That means it's day 56 in the house. It's really easy this year to figure out the day in the house. It is day 56. And we got a whole lot of nothing going on, folks. They're plotting and scheming in some ways, but again, in other ways, it is just a rinse and repeat every day with people talking. I mean, there's little bits going on here, but like yesterday, Felicia and Nicole and Corey and America were talking about forming an alliance, but in the end, everybody watching like, is this a real alliance? And they're even kind of like, can we really trust each other? Nicole and Felicia are saying this about Corey and America. It just doesn't matter until Thursday night when we know who is in the house between Cameron and Jared. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Cameron, but I don't know, and we don't know. It's a crapshoot right now. So we're gonna just kind of go like, yeah, they're still in there. It's Tuesday. We've got 3 more days until something actually starts to happen. There was one moment where one eyebrow kind of went up watching the feed chatter and stuff, where Blue asked Cirie if one of her kids was in the house, who would he align with? And it's like, I didn't watch the actual video to go find it because I don't think it was as much of a moment as I would think it would be, but Cirie thinks that Blue may suspect that Jared's her son, and Jared has hinted as much as kind of he said, well, I think Blue may know something. I think Izzy may have said something, or I think more recently it was more, I think Blue suspects. So for Blue to ask that question had to kind of like rub Cirie like, really? What's going on here? Cirie said, I think she said he's lying with Red and Corey, maybe? I don't really care what the answer was. It was just the fact that Blue was bold enough to ask the question. So, whatever. Is what it is again. And we're just, again, waiting for Thursday. So with that, we're going to say, and there's our talk about Big Brother for the morning, right? You're going to get a few more minutes of me talking about something else besides Big Brother, or at least not about the actual specifics of yesterday. I did want to give a shout out before I went any further to new patrons. After I finished my recording yesterday, I got an email alert that I had a new patron. Tasha has signed up as a patron yesterday. I appreciate it. I sent her a message of thank you. I wanted to give her a shout out as well. Appreciate it. It's awesome. Cool. If you have any interest in being a patron, you can go to patreon.com/BBGOSSIP and sign up and get a thank you from me. That's the bonus. And you can look at some of my posts. I have made a few posts over the years. More recently, this past year, yesterday was the 3rd or 4th time I've recorded a video of me as I was doing this. If you want to actually see what I look like, for no other reason, if you really want to do that, and watch how I do this process where I talk and while I'm driving into work in the morning. So anyways, all right, so on to other stuff. What else to talk about? There was I get occasional tweets that I share out there about other seasons of Big Brother, other versions of Big Brother. Big Brother UK is kicking off, I think it's October 8th. I think was that date I saw. So I'm excited about that. Big Brother UK, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, is the original version of Big Brother where the house guests do not vote each other out. They nominate each other, but the public votes who goes, and they really vote for who stays. They vote to save people, which means that it tends to mean the most boring house guests get voted out first. And that was the problem with the original season in the U.S. of Big Brother, where it was a vote to evict, not a vote to save. And so the most polarizing people got voted out, and that tends to be the most entertaining people. And so you kind of ended up with, not totally, but a lot of the house guests towards the end were not terribly interesting to watch on the live feeds, but they also were, the least controversial. In the Big Brother seasons changed several years ago at this point, probably more than a decade and a half ago, to kind of the theory of the vote out. You have the public vote to save people, and so the person with the least amount of votes is the one that gets evicted, which tends to be the most boring person, or the person that just had the biggest followers. The people with the bigger followers tend to stay, and controversial people, even if you don't like them, they tend to have more followers, right? Or more people that want them to stay around to stir the pot. So that kicks off October 8th. There's rumors that there's going to be live feeds. I will not be watching probably live feeds as a regular thing. I will treat this more like I do Big Brother Canada when I watch it, which is I will watch the shows, the nighttime shows, but I will not watch the live feeds unless it's just on a whim. I fire them up, if I even can do them easily, and it'll involve a VPN of some kind. It will take a few hoops to jump through to watch Big Brother UK, but I have a feeling that there'll be a strong following in the US, and so it will be easier to watch, and I certainly will be able to direct people to certain areas where they'll be able to download or watch the videos. I'm not trying to do secret, stealthy, piratey things, but look, this is what you have to do if you want to watch a show from another country, because of licensing and stuff. And it's stupid because we can't watch it no matter what. I don't think there's ever been a season of Big Brother UK that has been shown legally in the US. What does it hurt for us to be able to watch it? We're not gonna. Those of us that are going through all those extras to watch it are not watching Big Brother USA, right? So anyways, that stuff will come up when Big Brother UK kicks off. I will point you in certain directions and tell you where to go. You'll have to be a tiny, tiny bit tech savvy if you want to do that, if you want to invest your time. And a lot of you may still say, there's still a month left in Big Brother USA. I don't care. I'm going to stick with this, and fair enough. Interestingly enough, there was a most recent season of Big Brother Australia is been recorded for almost a year at this point, and it still hasn't been released. And so we're not sure when that's coming out, if it's ever coming out. There's, of course, talk that maybe it's a really bad, boring season, and that's why it's never been released. Like, it didn't go. It was supposed to be like kind of a love, like kind of a couples thing, kind of we're going to maybe couples finding love in the Big Brother house, and I guess nobody found love. And so they're maybe trying to figure out how to rework it, but how do you rework a show that's done? How do you rebrand something when you're stuck with, you've only got what you've got? And I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. So we keep watching for that one. And I think that I mentioned the Traitors. I am closer to being done with Traitors New Zealand. That's what I did last night. Last night I had the feeds up in one side of my computer screen, kind of just watching interactions of the house guests, but not listening to them, just to see if anything interesting seemed to be going on, which frankly it didn't. And on the other side of my screen, I was playing Big Brother or Traitors New Zealand, and so watch that. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. It's very good. I wish I could talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody who happens to want to try to watch it. How can you watch it? Some would ask. Well, Daily Motion is a website that's kind of like YouTube, and those of you that have been around a while should know about it. And Daily Motion has New Zealand out there. You have to search for like Big Brother, or not, the Traitors New NZ, and then SO1, EO1 kind of a thing. The only problem with that is that the thumbnails kind of give away a little bit, which is the kind of the image of the video kind of shows you who's in, who's still in the house, or who's still playing, and that can be a bit of a spoiler. But it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth. If you can kind of just grind through it really quickly, you can get them downloaded and hopefully not pay too much attention to that and get them watched. So that's what I did. I will eventually probably make a playlist, much like I did for the other seasons, and link it on my BigBrotherGossip.com website. So that's a matter of just when that happens. What else? So anyways, Big Brother, Traders New Zealand, very good. Enjoying it. Enjoyed the season 2 of Traders Australia. And then we have other seasons from other countries coming out eventually. Here's a tidbit. Here's a little side tidbit. I don't know what to do about it. I'm starting to talk about it. So, years and years ago, back in the day, a website with a hamster theme was not the only hamster themed website about Big Brother. As a matter of fact, when we started doing the Big Brother Gossip Show, there was 4 of us that were hosting. It was myself, it was Scott, it was Ash, and it was Lori. Lori was the owner and the person who ran a website called sillyhamsters.com. Those of you that may remember it, Silly Hamsters was a website that had been around since really early on, season 1 or season 2, or maybe season 2 or season 3, somewhere in there. And she kind of gave up on Big Brother, like in about Big Brother 13, 14, somewhere in there, maybe 15. And I think she kind of got tired of the returning house guests. But anyways, and then she kind of just stopped writing her website, and it just kind of went away, and then it expired, and it went to a squatter grabbed it. And at some point, like years ago, in GoDaddy, there was an option to watch domains or something, and I didn't even know it was still active for me, but GoDaddy grabbed the domain for me last week. And so now I have sillyhamsters.com. I don't even know what to do with it. There's nothing to do with it. I'm not sure what to do. I kind of feel bad. Like, why do I have this domain? So it's just sitting there on GoDaddy. But for those of you that have been around a long, long time, you probably remember Silly Hamsters. And now I own the domain sillyhamsters.com. If anyone is really interested in sillyhamsters.com to play around with it, give me a shout. I think I own it for a year at least. And I would love it to go to a good home, but I have no use or interest in... there was a part of me that thought, I'll go to Wayback Machine and find old pages for Silly Hamsters and just kind of throw it up as kind of an homage to the old site. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably forget about it and move on and do something else. What else? Let me think. Anything else to tell you guys about? No, I don't think so. Oh, Survivor starts tomorrow, but that's tomorrow, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow night, Survivor will kick off, and I'm quite excited about it. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Survivor and Amazing Race too, but I have the vested interest in Survivor. I keep talking about it, and I told Brandon, who's on it, that I would just continue talking about it and just yammer away. Probably sound really annoying. But I will. I'm excited for it and can't wait to see it and all that good stuff. And with that, I am now going to sign off. Gave you 13 minutes out of nothing. So we'll just wait, and hopefully some exciting stuff will happen. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen though until Thursday. But hold up there, guys. I mean, hold on. It's going to be okay. It will fire back up. We're at day 56. We have 44 days to go, right? So just be aware. It's going to slow down too, by the way. It's not going to suddenly pick up at some breakneck speed. These guys have established their relationships now. They know each other's patterns. There's going to be less unpredictability. And so, less unpredictability. That's right. And so, just be aware that it's not going to be the amazingly crazy beginning of the season. It's going to slow down a little bit, which you'll just have to get used to it, and hopefully you don't go like, this is really boring now. Well, that kind of tends to happen when lines get solidified, and they've been talking to each other for 50-some days. Remember, some seasons were in the 70s range. We're coming up on like 2 weeks to go in some seasons, and here we are with 44 days to go, right? So almost 6 weeks to go. Yeah, it's actually over 6 weeks to go. Yeah, so there you go. It's a big difference between 2 weeks and 6 weeks. A big difference. But with that, I am parked. You guys have a good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And again, thanks for all your support, especially my patrons. I really appreciate you. And everybody else, thank you as well, though, for listening and putting up with me, right? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.